This video is a nice simple beginner's guide to muscle ups. So when starting your muscle ups, there's 4 key points you need to get the hang of for your muscle ups to ever really be solid and look good. The first thing we're going through is false grip. So we're teaching muscle ups with a false grip today, okay? So you have to get your false grip locked in and it has to be strong, otherwise you're really going to struggle with it. It's nice and simple false grip. It's just going across your palm to this nice bony bit here. Yeah, you're just holding that, not a lot of fingers involved, you're just locking that in. So while we're teaching this, you're going to struggle to get your arms straight with a false grip to begin with. That's fine, yeah? When we've got the hang of muscle ups, you can start straightening those arms, alright? So you're just locking that in and holding that through the first phase of the movement.
Go for it.
Okay, next key point for your muscle ups is keeping those elbows in the whole time. When you see someone who's got lovely muscle ups, their elbows are in. Yeah? So much more stable when your elbows are in. If your elbows are flailing around the place, that's a nasty movement for your shoulders to go through. Yeah? So keeping those elbows locked in, they're going to be absolutely solid. Okay? Okay, the next point is maximum elbow bend. So if you see someone with really nice muscle ups, then their elbows flexed to the max. It's not out here, it's flexed to the max. You can see as it's going through, that's a really simple movement to go through. If it's not flexed to the max, that's quite hard, but there's a lot of potential movement there in my hand, yeah? Up here, it's rock solid, yeah? So what I'm saying by that on the rings is you're locked in there, straight through to there. Really low. Okay, fourth and final key point isn't going to come in at the early stages, but it's going to kick in a lot later on, and that's hip drive. I haven't seen this coach a lot, the hip drive, but it's going to be fundamental, right? So it's coming down here, really sending those hips backwards, and then powerfully driving those hips up. Yeah, that's going to put you in a position where you're horizontal to the roof. That's going to be really. Okay, so teaching the muscle ups, we're going to start off. It's a really nice way to get the hang of these. We're going with standing low muscle ups, then we're going to go standing high muscle ups, once you've got the hang of each of these. So you've got to master each of these before we're moving on to the next step. The next one is jumping high muscle ups, and then you're just going for a muscle up. Okay, so stage 1 is a standing low muscle up, yeah? So you're hanging down with that false grip, keeping those elbows in, yeah? Bending those hips. I'm then going to drive my hips up. I'm horizontal to the ground. I'm not here. That's very hard to get through. I'm horizontal to the ground. I'm then going to throw my hips through and catch. Yeah? So I'm going to drill this in until it feels natural. So up, catch. Up, catch. Only when that's perfect will we move on to stage 2. Right, standing high muscle ups, we're going to use the box to start with. The box is in front, which is going to force me to lean back, which is going to mean I have to drive my hips up. Yeah? Where people go commonly wrong with this would be coming from here and trying to get straight through. You're just going to enforce bad habits. Okay, so for the standing one, your legs are out nice and far in front of you. You'll lean back into this, bend again, lift your legs up, through. Yeah? Exactly the same as the last one, but we're just getting used to hanging high on this. Right? Hip drive up. Catching high, yeah? So, jumping muscle ups. A common error a lot of people make is they're jumping straight up, which enforces a really bad habit. You're not trying to get through there, it's a horrible movement. You're trying to get your hips up, leaning back horizontal, as I've been going on before. So, we put the weight a little bit in front of the rings. You're going to get up like that, get those hips down. Practice a few, can you get those hips up? When you're confident with those, you're just going to catch, hips up, through and catch. That one's nice and easy. Just going to get rid of my weight. Back here. Again. Just driving my hips up. Easy. And through. And you just keep going through that until you're on the floor. Right. Now, for the final stage of the muscle up progression, we're going to do a kipping part. So I'm locking that false grip, getting my legs off the floor, I'm going to swing back, and I'm going to drive those hips up. So I'm really driving those hips, getting into that position we've been going through. Once I